Hey, welcome back to Mondays with Michelle. I'm Michelle Knight of BrandMary.com, and in today's video, I want to share with you 7 ways to organically grow your list. You guys asked for it, and so I am bringing it. So make sure you grab a pen and paper and get ready. Let's dive in. Now, a couple weeks ago, I shared exactly what you need to build a list from scratch. It was all of the little things that you need to have in place. And a lot of you commented on that video and said, Michelle, yes, I'm interested in how to organically do this because, I'm not in a place where I can pay for advertisement. You guys didn't say that exactly, but that's what I imagine it sounded like. So I wanted to share with you 7 of my favorite ways to organically grow your list. Now, if you don't already know my opinion on list building, it's kind of lengthy, but here's the Cliff Notes version. You absolutely need a list or a private community because we do not own social media. In fact, social media could change tomorrow or it could go down. I mean, there have been times this year where Facebook and Instagram have been down completely. So you need a separate way to stay in contact with your email list. Now, last week I talked about standing out on social media, and we're going to use the power of social media to grow said list, and that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today. Again, if you're not familiar with how to grow your list or the importance of a list, then be sure to watch the video that I did a couple weeks ago. You can actually watch that by clicking above or the link in the description below. All right, let's get into it. 7 of my favorite ways to organically grow your list. Starting with number 1, my favorite place to hang out and build community, and that's Insta Stories. Now listen, 500 million people a day are watching Insta Stories, and it's only growing every single month. So it's important that as a brand, you are showing up on this platform. And I'm just like you, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Instagram, but I have found that I get better views and better engagement by showing up regularly on Insta Stories than I do in my feed. So using Insta Stories as a way to actually grow your list is an excellent choice. Here's some of the ways that I do that. I show up regularly for my community, and I make sure that I talk about my free offer at least 2 to 3 times a week. I have specific images that I've created in Canva that I can just post, or sometimes I'm on video and I'm just talking about it as well. I love using the power of hashtags in my post to attract a new audience. So if you're sitting there and you're like, Michelle, I don't have an audience, no one's watching me on Insta Stories, then you definitely want to incorporate tagging locations and using specific hashtags in your Instagram stories to get new people to actually view your content. And for those of you who are like, I also don't have the swipe up feature, neither do I. All I do is I say, hey, head to the link in my bio to grab this free guide, and I might even put my own handle there to make it super easy for them to click, open up, and then they can grab the link in my bio. It's not really that much of an extra step to not have the swipe up, and it's definitely not an excuse to not use Insta Stories. Number 2, using your website, and more specifically, a pop-up on your website. Now, I love having a website. I created it as a home base for my brand. And as your business grows and as you really use more tools like Pinterest and SEO, then you're going to be able to attract people organically to your website. Now, the worst thing that you can do is lose those people, because a lot of people will go to a website. I know I'm guilty of this, and I'm like, ooh, this is cool, and then I peace out. There was no way for me to actually provide my information as a way to stay in contact with that brand. So a pop-up is a great immediate way to give a free gift to your community and in return get their name and email address to add to your email provider. Now, let me be super clear. A pop-up that says join my newsletter is not incentive enough for someone to provide their email. This needs to be a free gift, which is what I talked about in that video a couple weeks ago. So be sure to watch that if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Number 3, also is on your website, and more specifically, it's about using the power of content upgrades and SEO. Now, I could talk about SEO for days. I'm a big fan of using SEO. We started using it in the beginning of my business, and as a result, Google is our #1 traffic provider to my website today. So using the power of blogging and using titles that are really specific to your audience is going to help you grow your online community. So what happens when someone lands on your blog? They read your blog and then they go bye-bye? I hope not, because that is a quality lead. They are interested in what you are saying. So aside from a pop-up, which isn't going to have 100% conversion, right? There's people who land and they're like, yeah, I'm not interested in this, bye-bye. Then you need to have another touch point for them throughout the blog. So I love to use the power of content upgrades. I might have a banner that has a call to action for my freebie. I might have a footer at the end of the blog, or I even will work it into the blog post itself. So let's say I'm writing a blog post on the 3 fundamentals of creating a strong brand. Within the blog post, I might have a call to action that says, hey, I'm hosting a free masterclass on 3 must-know branding secrets. If you're interested, click here and get signed up. Again, it's worked into the blog post. It's another touch point, and it's another way for me to capture their information. Okay, number 4. I feel like I'm talking really fast today. This is all about being featured. Now, getting featured on someone else's platform is one of the coolest things that you can do for your business, because ultimately you're increasing brand awareness. You're being invited into an audience where they already trust that person. So let's say I'm going on to my friend Susie's podcast. Susie's audience trusts Susie. So guess what? They're going to trust me by default. It's also a great way to build your community. So anytime I'm going on a podcast or I'm featured in a blog, then I love to have my freebie ready to rock and roll. In fact, I encourage you to promote a freebie rather than a paid offer. Remember, even though this audience does trust you a little bit more, they're still cold. They still don't know you. So your conversions over time will actually be better if you get them in with a free offer and then sell them later on, rather than just pitch them right out of the gate. If you guys want more information on pitching to podcasts or getting featured, it's actually my background. It's all about PR. So if you guys want more information about that, comment below, yeah, girl, I need PR, or something along those lines, and I'll make a special video just for you. Number 5, be part of a collaborative giveaway. So getting a group of your friends together and everyone putting in a freebie, or everyone being part of a summit or something like that where you come together, is a great way to grow your community as well. So basically what happens in these situations is every single person that's involved shares the opportunity with their community. So it's expanding your reach by a lot. And it's not really up to chance in terms of like hashtags or just randomly posting on Facebook, right? It's people who are already invested in this particular entrepreneur, and they're like, yeah, I need to get my hands on this collaborative effort. As a result of that, most of the time you share the email addresses as a group, and so it's a great way to grow your community. Or you could have your freebie involved in the package, and when people opt in, then they get added to your email list. So there's multiple ways to use this to your benefit. And if you're an entrepreneur that is having a hard time finding a place to fit in terms of a summit or a bundle, then create your own. Start engaging with people on Instagram. Start looking to your mastermind sisters or people that you're in a Facebook group with and say, hey, you want to come together and do this? It's a great list builder and something that I used a ton in the beginning of my business. Am I talking fast? I feel like I'm talking really fast. Here we are. Number 6, Facebook groups. Okay. I know like half of you are going to tell me that you hate Facebook groups, and maybe like another 1/4 of you are going to tell me that Facebook groups don't work. So here is the thing. Facebook groups are not for everyone, all right? But they are a really great avenue if you can find a Facebook group that, 1, is full of your ideal clients, and 2, allows some sort of promotion. My Facebook group, the Authentic Female Entrepreneurs, allows promotion on Monday. So you could hop in on Monday and share your freebie. Now, again, you have to give more than you take. So one of the biggest things that I see entrepreneurs, doing wrong is they hop into a Facebook group, they say, hey, they promote their freebie, and then you never hear from them again. That's not going to work, okay? We need to build a relationship in that Facebook group after maybe like a week, and then share your freebie, and make sure that the content that you're creating, the freebie that you're giving them, the opt-in, whatever the heck you're promoting, is relevant to that audience. So don't disregard Facebook groups as a great way to grow your list. They're actually still really powerful, but I know they're not for everyone. And the last one, I'm bringing it home. We are talking about just social media in general. Now, I know we talked about Insta stories and we've talked about your website and being featured, but just working your freebie promotion into your content calendar is really powerful. I recommend that you are talking about your free offer at least 1 to 2 times every single week. So when you're planning out your 30 days of content, which I hope you're doing, then every week, say like a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and then a Thursday of the month, you're talking about your free offer. Just working that into your schedule, scheduling it, almost kind of like a set it and forget it, is just a really great way to watch opt-ins trickle in. It's kind of one of those things that's working in the background organically that you're not paying for and is giving you quality leads. I mean, come on. Here's the thing about organically growing your list. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna take a little bit more time. You're gonna do it faster if you have paid advertising, but not everyone can pay for advertising. And in fact, I don't recommend doing that at the beginning of your business. Start testing out your freebies, but know that organically growing your list is going to require you to show up. So work it into your schedule. Make sure that you have that set it and forget it social media post, show up on Insta stories, put the pop-up on your website, do the things that I have shared with you today, and you will grow your community. I promise you that. All right, so if you guys are interested, I actually have a freebie. See how I did that there? You can also promote them in YouTube videos, where I'm sharing 3 must-know branding secrets. And it's a free on-demand masterclass. You can sign up for a time today. Just click the link below or go to brandmary.com/brandmasterclass. Now, next week on Monday, I'm releasing a brand new video, and I'm talking about social media platforms. So today we talked about Insta stories, we talked about social media. I think I mentioned Pinterest a little bit. But how do you know what platform you should be showing up on? Well, join me next week for our Mondays with Michelle, where I'm going to walk you through how to pick the right platform for your brand. In the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss that video, and leave me a comment below if you want to learn more about PR and collaborations and your biggest takeaway from today's video. I'll see you guys next week.